Hello, this is Deborah Cohen, a story and a song. And we're in the merry month of October 2024, and I am talking about health benefits that come from singing. I am a singer, an indie artist actually, and you can check out my music and my works, including merch, at deborahcohenmusic.com. But today we're going to talk about your lungs, your health, your breathing, these things that we need to do. And as you get older and become a baby boomer like me, you become aware of shortness of breath, all these issues with breathing, stress, which definitely affects breathing. And so these things may be of interest of you or interest to you. So, if these things interest you, please stick around for the next 30-ish minutes, and I'll do a deep dive into the health benefits of singing. I'll be right back after this station break. And that's as soon as I can find it. Things have been moved around here, doing updates, and I'm like, okay, where did it go? All right, where did it go? Okay, we don't know where it went. Here it is.
Hello, this is A Story and a Song with Deborah Cohen, sharing music from the 80s new wave genre to music for TV, film, and movies, as well as praise music suitable for Jewish and Christian soft rock. I share the story behind the recording of each song, as well as wisdom teachings from rabbinic sages and health topics for better senior living in the land of Florida. Please share this podcast and help it grow. Thank you. DeborahCohenMusic.com.
And I thank you for being here. And if you're watching this video, you may see something over my left shoulder that says, I am fab. Now, I am a baby boomer, and I just feel fab for my age. And so I thought, for my 70th birthday, which is coming up the end of the hurricane season, which I would know as a new resident of Florida, I wanted to do something memorable because turning 70, especially if you're a woman, is a life-changing event. But I wanted to make it actually a life-changing event, maybe in a negative way. If you look in the mirror and you see wrinkles and things growing on your face that never did when you were young. Anyway, I'll say no more. You'll find out if you haven't been there already. But, I wanted to make a positive spin on my birthday. So I thought, let's do something fun, like join a beauty contest. And so that's what I did. It's called fabover40.com. And I made the semifinalists, which is the top 20 semifinalists. I was told there were thousands of women that entered this contest. It's an annual event to benefit the National Breast Cancer Foundation. So I'm not doing it just for vanity, and hopefully not for vanity at all, because Solomon doesn't have a good opinion about vanity in the book of Ecclesiastes, if you are a Bible reader. So I thought, I'm going to do this thing. And how can you help? It all depends on you, because the winners are determined by your vote. The first vote is free. So there's no excuse if you're listening. If you're listening, please take an extra minute and go to the website. If you're looking at the video, it's below me. votefab4.com/2024, that's the year we're in, /Deborah, DEBRA, Cohen, COHEN, dash the number 2. So I'll say it again, votefab40, the number 40.com/2024/Deborah-Cohen-2. Gee, I could make a song out of that. What do you think? Get around there. But anyway, I'm seriously, I need your votes. If you have your phone handy while you're listening to this and you see the video, you can scan the QR code. The next round 2 of the top 15, ends October 31st. So if you're watching this, please, please, please vote. And if you have already voted, I've had some people say that, well, I already voted. Well, how about spending $1 to benefit the National Breast Cancer Foundation? You can vote again, and it'll cost you $1, okay? But maybe you have some coffee money. You'd like to forfeit a cup of coffee money, $5 if you go to Starbucks, I guess. Do $5, 5 additional votes, just for a good cause. So, help me out, but more than that, help out the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Okay, now let's get to it. Okay. Singing for lung health. Now, I've got this group going as I'll set the stage here. For those of you that don't follow me every week, I'm very interested in social prescription, meaning besides the medicines that we get over from the pharmacist, there's also social prescriptions that are becoming more and more popular in this day and age. And I'm really happy to hear that, because we're going to talk today in this segment about how singing improves your health of your body, but specifically your lungs. So there is a study going on at the University of Florida, and I'm in Florida, so that's a coincidence, but maybe not. In the Hebrew language, they say there's no Hebrew word for coincidence. So I happen to be here for a year now in Florida, and I discover that Dr. Jill Sankey at the University of Florida Arts and Tracy Nichols, who is on the arts team with public health, they're working together to create a non-medical social needs connection for patients, which is going to require doctors to be told about this. Doctors can prescribe, let's say, for example, in today's topic, they can prescribe to a person to look for in their area somebody that offers singing for health. So there is going to be a link person. The patient would go to the link contact, which the doctor would tell the patient to connect up with. That link person has all of the participating organizations in the local area that offer these healthy alternative behaviors. So I would be in the Rolodex, if you're a baby boomer, you know what that is, the file for a singing circle, a singing group in Clearwater, Florida, or Tampa Bay area. And that patient would then contact me, and I would invite them to my singing circle called Soul Sing. And let me just read this verbatim. Social prescribing. I mean, this really gets me excited. And if I do win this contest, the cash award, a percentage of it, will go to my singing group to develop this idea, which is being implemented at WHO. WHO. No, I'm not asking a question. WHO is an acronym for the World Health Organization. It allows doctors and who are called providers to prescribe non-medical social needs of patients and connect them with non-clinical services and support in the community. And the non-medical social worker is called a link worker. So we have to get used to this terminology that is unique to this type of prescribing non-medicine to people who want to pursue better health. And don't you know, as a baby boomer, I'm all about better health. Not only do I have a singing circle, but I also teach fitness online. As somebody myself who was afflicted with COVID, lost my jobs teaching yoga during COVID. It had a real bad case of COVID, and spent 2 years being very sedentary. So now I've got this bulge in my waist that I'm trying to get rid of. So I'm in a battle of the bulge while I'm in a beauty contest. Go figure. I mean, come on. But I still made the top 20, and I'm going to hope to make the top 15 with your help. Okay, so let's get on with it. Singing for lung health. By the way, let me just take a break and share a video with you so you can see a little bit of what I'm doing to validate my request for your vote. Okay, so there you have it. Just to show you a little bit of what I'm doing and what you can do to help me and help the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Women helping other women. Men, yes, you're invited to help women too. Okay, so music and other creative activities can make you feel healthier and positive. There's increasing evidence that singing regularly as part of a group is good for your general health and well-being. It seems to be especially good at improving your quality of life if you're living with a lung condition. And I, for one, have dealt in my past with asthma after I inhaled some microencapsulated pesticide, and it caused an infracted airway, which means my airway closed. I had to go to the hospital. And so I was treated for that and was left with asthma on 2 inhalers as I'm trying to cut my first album back in 2008. It was called Wildly Innocent. It's not available anymore because that was published under my maiden name, which is no longer. So I had to repackage my music in my married name, Deborah Cohen. But it was a horrific event. I had to go to these, I call them hookah treatments. I go to the doctors and he'd sit me in a room and give me this long glass tube hooked up to a machine, and I have to sit there and have these breathing treatments. So I'm very well aware of lung diseases. I've also been exposed to tuberculosis, have scarring in my lungs from taking in a Sudanese family as part of a refugee resettlement program. I was working with the UNHCR to resettle some people from Sudan who lived in my home for 3 months. I did not know it, but apparently they had tuberculosis. I don't know why whoever takes in immigrants, they should do health scans on people before they let them come into the country. I'm in the United States. But they came into not only the country with tuberculosis, but they came into my home and lived with me for 3 months. And I ended up being exposed to it. By the grace of God, I didn't have any symptoms, but I have scarring on my lungs, apparently, from TB. So I threw away anyway. I went to these prayer meetings. If you're a believer in God as a healer, Adonai Rafecha, a healer. I went to a prayer meeting. I was healed from asthma. I threw away my inhalers but if you were able to hear some of my songs recorded on my first album, you can tell I was struggling to sing. But it's something that I love to do, and that's why I wanted to turn this passion into something to help others. So a growing body of research suggests that group singing is especially good for people living with long-term lung conditions. Singing can improve health-related quality of life, be a fun group activity to reduce social isolation and loneliness, help to improve posture, and increase the strength of your voice. So people with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, called COPD, who join singing groups say singing regularly reduces their feelings of being short of breath, helps them to feel more in control of their breathing, helps them to manage their symptoms better. Now, there are singing groups across the country that you can look up on Google and see if you have a singing circle in your area. But this article that I'm sharing with you is from the Asthma and Lung Organization in the UK. And they have singing groups in the UK for people specifically with lung disease. The singing leaders who run these groups have been trained to run singing sessions that are designed to help manage your feelings of breathlessness. Other non-specialist singing groups may also be enjoyable and useful, but may not provide the full range of techniques to help you manage your lung condition better. So I am in the process of seeing if I can get trained as a singing leader to add that to my bag of credentials. But right now, my singing circle, called Soul Sing, is to heal. It's for trauma. People that have trauma, that don't believe they have a voice, don't want to sound their voice because somebody told them they can't sing. I've also heard that myself, and I chose not to believe it and pursued training to learn how to sing. If you have a desire to sing but you don't think you can, don't buy the lie. Get the training. First of all, 101, please get ear training. There's a lot of singers in churches and congregations and synagogues that have no ear training. How do I know? Because I can hear it. I've had ear training. Or they're tone deaf. They can't carry a tune and they're up there trying to lead a congregation and they can't even stay in the same key in a song, in one song. All of a sudden they switch the key and I'm like, oh my God. It bothers me because I've had ear training. So what's the solution? Don't listen? No, that's not the solution. Those people need to be told they need to get ear training, please. Anyway, okay. So across the UK, there are now singing groups for people with lung conditions. When we sing, you focus on the song's words and melody. When you're lost in the music, so to say, you don't consciously think about your breathing. So our singing leaders select songs carefully to support and improve how you breathe. So why does singing help my breathing? After about 10 minutes, you're able to switch the oxygen off. Okay, this is a testimony. Okay, this person named Lynn, who goes to one of these singing circles, says, after about 10 minutes, I'm able to switch my oxygen off because I feel as if I've got more control over my breathing. Wow. I mean, that's just a testimony that you can't debate. It's like, okay, validating the purpose of a singing circle. It's not just to sing around the campfire, which, if that's what you want, that's okay. But no, we're doing this for health reasons. Mental health, physical health, spiritual well-being. Many people with lung conditions say that singing helps them to feel less short of breath and more in control of their breathing. There are 3 main ways that singing can help. Now, thank you for listening. If you're live, you can write in the chat and tell me where you are listening from. On Instagram, the handle is at Deborah Cohen Music, DOTCOM. And on YouTube, the handle is at Jewish Rock Music. So the three main ways that singing can help is to teach you to breathe more slowly and deeply. Number 2, improving the sense of control over your breathing, reducing anxiety and panic. And I also know about that because I have to take medication for anxiety. It's called Lexapro. For those of you that take it, you know what it is. It's a lifesaver. I never wanted to rely on medication to deal with anxiety, but I couldn't. I just couldn't. I couldn't help myself anymore. I couldn't sing publicly. I just was a train wreck. I was a train wreck. So I'm giving you hope for people that are maybe struggling with panic attacks and anxiety. You can't even go out of the house because you can't deal with the external stimulus of being outside, people talking, there are things that you can do to make your life much better. I'm here to testify. And number 3, it improves your posture to help your breathing, especially as we get older. I don't think anybody listening here, if you're older, wants to look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, right? I mean, that's like a nightmare. I remember getting a massage because I used to, like when I was a public high school teacher, I didn't make enough money to pay my bills. Sad to say, in America, teachers and policemen and firemen are the most underpaid for their profession. So I had to get a second job as a massage therapist, licensed massage therapist. And I did that nights after teaching all day. Out of my home, I set up an office and it was really very nice. But so I was very tuned into that world of massage therapy, which is wonderful. Legitimate massage, not these fly-by-night people that throw up a sign and say, massage is here today. I'm like, yeah, okay, hang on, just got to take a sip of my coffee here. So I used to work actually also at a chiropractor's office because I moved around when I went back to college as an older adult. And so I did massage therapy in a chiropractor's office. So sometimes I would get a massage, and the chiropractor, when I'm face down on the chiropractor table, he's assessing my upper shoulders and neck, and he says, "Oh, you'd be a good candidate for a dowager's hump." I'm like, "Oh, no, don't say that. I don't want one of those. That's that Hunchback from Notre Dame. I don't want that." My mother had a mini one, and my grandmother had a big one. So what happens when it's really big is you can't lift up your head anymore. You see people walking, and it's like their head is stuck looking down. I don't want that. So get into a singing circle to help you with that, okay? It improves your posture. Also, my class is online. The handle is at Bodybuilding Boomers. It'll help you with your posture as well. Okay, so here's another testimony. The course has certainly made me more aware of my breathing and how I breathe and how I can improve my breathing. There is more to singing and breathing than I ever thought possible, says Margaret. How about that? Another testimony. All right. Breathing more slowly and deeply. We're talking today, if you just joined me, how singing can help your lungs. In some lung conditions like COPD, your airways are narrowed or obstructed. This can make it difficult to empty air out of your lungs when you breathe out, and air gets trapped in your lungs. If you don't empty your lungs effectively, you'll only be able to top breathe your breath, using the top of your chest to breathe instead of your whole lungs. This uses muscles in your neck and shoulders, which can get you tired quickly. So this is why one of the breathing exercises that I do, and I'll demonstrate it right now, if you look in a mirror and you take a breath, and I'm trying to get this all done in 30 minutes, it might go over a little bit, just sit in a chair or stand and take a breath in and look at yourself in the mirror, okay? If you can't now, make a note and you could do it later. This is to determine if you're a top breather or they also call it a shallow breather. Okay, now settle into your chair. Take a breath in, either through the nostrils, preferably through the nostrils, and then exhale through the back of your throat. Okay, so do that a few times, looking at your shoulders, and you're trying to determine if your shoulders are actually moving. Okay. I don't see my shoulders moving. That's correct. If your shoulders are not moving, you are not a top breather. But if you breathe the way I used to and take a breath in, and your shoulders raise up by your ears, oh no, you're not breathing correctly. Can you believe it? There is a correct way to breathe. So these are things that you can learn in a singing circle with somebody that's been trained with posture like I have, and yoga. Some yoga teachers don't go into the details, but you just have to seek it out. Try to find a singing circle with somebody that's been trained in lung disease, helping by singing. Have another drink of coffee there, Deborah. Okay, singing long phrases can help you lengthen your out breath to empty your lungs. This helps to reduce the amount that you use your muscles in your neck and shoulders when you take your next breath in. This saves energy and makes breathing more comfortable. Singing for lung health leaders teach techniques to help you use your abdominal muscles effectively when you sing. This can make your breathing at other times more efficient too. Let's hear another testimony from Jeannie. Jeannie, who was it David Bowie that had a song called Jeannie? Okay. All the conditioning for your voice and your lungs is separate. Suddenly, it's the whole body doing it. And it was like, I can use everything. The power is not lost just because your lungs are not working properly. You have got power everywhere in your body, so thank you very much, says Jeannie. And I see Laura's in the house. I'm sorry I wasn't here last week. YouTube put me in the doghouse because I posted a video advertising my new book and used an interview with the Saudi prince who was telling the truth about the origins of Palestine, and YouTube didn't like the truth. So they limited my YouTube channel. I'm like, seriously? So I wasn't sure if I'd be live streaming or not. And I am. Laura, thank you for being in the house. I thank you. We're talking about lung health. Maybe you know somebody that's like dealing with anxiety, and like I was until I had to take medication for it. I mentioned Lexapro. It's very expensive. So the generic brand, for those of you on Medicaid, I always get that. Medicaid is for the poor people that need financial help. Medicare is, I think, for the old people. So I think I'm on Medicare. I always get that. Like, which one is it? Is it Cade or Care? I don't know. Okay, so I'm trying to wrap this up because I'm going a little bit over time, but I'm glad that Laura checked in on YouTube. We got a few listeners on Instagram, but I don't know who they are because they're using their handles. So singing in a singing circle for lung health, the leaders aren't necessarily healthcare professionals. They have all received quality assured training. However, should you have a chest infection or have other concerns about your health, it's best to discuss these with your general practitioner. As well as helping your breathing, regular group singing can have other, more general benefits. Oh, Laura, she said, I almost missed you. Almost doesn't count. I'm glad you're here. I'm trying to hurry up so I can finish, okay? All right. What other health? Okay, I'm just going to do a summary here. And if you want to read it in detail, here's the website. asthmaandlung.org. lung.org.uk. Okay, in a nutshell, how does singing in a singing circle or how does singing help your health? People living with long-term lung conditions say that group singing makes them think of themselves as choir members rather than patients. Singing and being part of a group gives you confidence and a sense of achievement. It can motivate you to try other activities. It helps you to feel part of a group. Regular group singing can make you feel less isolated, and it is a way of feeling part of a group. You can make new friends. They'll understand your challenges because they face them too. It's also a chance for you to share your own experiences and help others, which is what I'm doing here on this broadcast. Joining a singing group is a way of learning new skills and maybe reviving existing ones. Learning new songs can help to improve your ability to focus and concentrate, and also to stimulate your memory. Whoa, that's very important. Okay, so these are just a few, and if you're interested, you don't need any musical ability or experience to join a singing group. Some people are reluctant to give it a go because they feel they can't sing. And singing circles, you have to find out because there's different kinds of singing circles. If you start looking locally, you got to find out about the instructor. Contact the instructor, ask them what kind of singing are they doing. That's a legitimate question. But you don't need to be an amazing singer to benefit from learning the breathing exercises, singing in a group, and meeting other people with a lung condition or whatever their issue is. And you may find that you can sing better than you think. Isn't that great? Okay, so wrapping it up, I'm glad that you listened today. And I'm all about singing for health. I am a singer. I hope you'll check out my music, DeborahCohenMusic.com. Don't forget to vote for me. I made it to the top 20 finalists in this over 40 beauty contest. I never entered a beauty contest in my life. I mean, come on. I mean, I can't. I'm post-COVID. I'm overweight. I'm what they call in the fitness world, I have to look for classes that are size inclusive. How embarrassing. But I just became very sedentary after COVID, and I had breathing issues for sure, because, that's what COVID does, attacks your respiratory. So there's a lot of people that are like probably having breathing issues after COVID. Look for a singing circle. Okay, so I am glad that I did join this beauty contest for many reasons. But one is it's making me exercise. It's hard to get motivated. When you stop exercising, it's really hard to get into it again. But I have to because I want to have a good senior citizen life. I don't want to be glued to the TV tube, the boob tube. I don't want the boob tube life. I want to be active and independent. That's what I want. So thank you to Fab Over 40 for selecting me in the top 20. So the round 2 is top 15. And I can't do it unless you vote. If you've already voted, because some people are saying, I voted for you already. I only need to do it. What? No, the first vote is free. So if you're listening and haven't done it yet, please do it once. The link is below me in the video, and I'll say it again after I finish my message here. But if you've already voted, each additional vote is $1. So can you afford $1? $1 for one additional vote. It goes to support the National Breast Cancer Foundation. It's a good cause. So please go online and vote. The website where you vote is votefab40, the number 40.com/2024 /Deborah, DEBRA -Cohen, COHEN -2, the number 2. All right, so let me show you one of my beauty pictures here so you can say to yourself, Oh my, now I see why she joined, because you can't tell today. My hair is like a mess, and I don't have any real makeup on. And anyway, so let me just show you a quick video if I can find it. This is how you have to compete with your pictures, okay? So here we go. Check it out.
When I saw your face, I was so sure that you were the one for me. What I felt inside my heart was fire. I prayed for you, my heart.
So I was celebrating. I just got the news that I placed in the semifinals, the top 20 semifinals. So I had to have a glass of wine, you know. It's kind of fun to play, you know. So anyway, please vote. And I hope that I'll see you next week right here on A Story and a Song, broadcast live Sundays at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Please take care of yourself. And thank you again, Laura, if you're still listening on YouTube. You are one of my favorites. And I hope that you will share this with your friends and ask them to help me out and vote. God bless you. Hope to see you again real soon. All right. Over and out. I'm trying to go over and out. Okay.